Hey folks, Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man at your services. How are you all? I hope you're all doing very, very well. Now, we are almost 2 weeks into the ongoing mystery of missing Nikki Bulley. Nicola Bulley, 45 years old, mother of 2 primary school daughters, drops the 2 daughters off at school on Friday morning, the 27th of January. Then takes her dog, Willow, Springer Spaniel, for a walk along the towpath and the fields alongside the River Wyre. The River Wyre, St Michael's on Wyre in Lancashire. Literally by 9:30 in the morning, she's missing. Police descend upon the area, her dog is found, her mobile phone is found, the dog's harness and lead not attached to the dog are found. But she's not found. The police put in divers into the River Wyre. And they've maintained ever since that she's in the river. Okay, we're gonna cover this more in depth than the Lancashire Police seemingly have done. They said right from the word go, there is no third party involvement in this. There's no crime here, no crime. She's just fallen in the river. This is now my 7th video on this, so we've discussed it a lot. We know all the details that have been released, we know. And I'm keeping my eyes on the whole thing. I'm fascinated by it, I'm terrified by it, I'm engrossed by it, I'm frustrated by it. Right, so we'll abbreviate the timeline. The press conference given by Detective Superintendent Sally Riley of Lancashire Police, yes, we're totally convinced she's fallen in the river. Although there's no evidence for that whatsoever, none at all. And they put divers in and they find nothing, no evidence, nothing, but they're still convinced she's in the water. No third party involvement, no crime has been committed. There's been no attack, nothing like that at all. How do you know that? How do you know that? What irrevocable piece of evidence have you got which links Nikki Bulley dog walking to being in the river? Nikki Bulley, a strong, firm swimmer. A river that's hardly moving. It's hardly moving. The River Wyre is sluggish. It's meandering. There's a weir. It slows anything down. Bodies, after a certain amount of time in the water, will surface. They will sink. And if there's no current, they won't travel anywhere. They're going to rise up 6 to 8 days later with gas and decomposition. They're going to float. And then they might travel down if the water itself has a current, which this river barely ever does. Oh, before you all leap on me, yes, it's tidal, Kilt-Man. It's a tidal river. It is in places, but it meanders so much that the tides don't have an impact. You've got a weir there. It's got to travel over that. Slows everything down. You've got a tidal estuary because the River Wyre, which is, I keep getting these facts wrong, and I've walked along it as well. It's 28 miles long, which is 45 kilometres, right? And it empties out into the estuary at Fleetwood and then into the Irish Sea, right? Okay, so we know that now. But the police have concentrated all their search on that river, right? They may have said, we've pursued, and I think the number is like 500 other leads. 500 other leads. Okay, maybe. And dismissed every single one. This is Sally Riley, the spokesperson, PR woman for Lancashire Police. To say PR woman, she's the superintendent. But watch her on screen. Watch. And just what do you think of her performance at delivering these press conferences? I'm not convinced at all. I've said it before. Right, so I said the timeline, okay. The police search the river, can't find her. They remain adamant she's in the water. The family and friends, the poor beleaguered partner, Paul Ansell, and the 2 daughters, distraught, obviously. They've maintained all the time, well, we don't think she's in the water. Can you check elsewhere? So cameras which cover all the various areas in that vicinity where you can enter and leave that vicinity. They've checked them all and reveals nothing, apart from other potential witnesses, all of whom have been found, all of whom know nothing. And so don't go pointing fingers at them. What? A pram walker, a 71-year-old man with his dog. Come on. No. They've searched all the caravans in the area, and they've searched all the properties in the area, finding nothing. The police have done that. That's genuine. That's true. But there is one area where the cameras weren't working. Wouldn't you know it? Just happened to be at the time when she went missing, the camera wasn't working in the caravan park, right? Which would potentially have had the crucial evidence and footage of something happening. But it wasn't working. So the police then ignore and refuse the offer of Peter Folding and his expert group, SGI, what are they called? Specialist Group International. It's not hard to remember that, Kilt-Man. Why did you always get that wrong? SGI. They offered their services. Again, I'm recapping here. This is a guy whose team works with the police day in, day out, doing this exact thing, searching for people in confined spaces, in rivers, in waterways, in collapsed, mines, in earthquakes, any landslide, people who are trapped somewhere or bodies that might be hidden somewhere. Him and his team go in and they're experts in this. He offered his services to do this right from day one and was refused by Lancashire Police, who had their skilled divers, police divers. No, we don't need you. No, it's all right. We've got this covered. He gives an interview later in the week, so the first week of her being missing, where nothing has been found. No new info, nothing. Complete, vanished into thin air, seemingly. The family see Peter Folding being interviewed on TV, as I did, and he's the man for the job. Can we get him? Please, can we get him? Peter Folding was asked in his interview, if the family, because the police have refused you up there, what if the family ask you? He said, well, I'll go, but I need the backing, and and I've got to work with the police. I work with them all the time, so I can't tread on anyone's toes. So I want to be accepted by the police, and I'll work with them. So the family approach Peter Folding. Yeah, I'll come up there, but get the police involved. So the police, yeah, okay. Why did the police suddenly relent? Well, A, they found nothing, and also because it's all over TV that they've refused. So, I mean, there's going to be a few dots here. There's going to be a few breadcrumbs throughout this video. And I'll let you link them all. So, finally, well, we're all over TV now, and we've knocked him back, and he's the expert. Shit, better bring him in. So they bring him in. And he works with his team. He's a 25-man strong team, probably more, but that's what was listed anyway. And they do international operations as well. There's a great big earthquake in northern Turkey and Syria, which is it's catastrophic. Kind of makes you put things in perspective. All the human race scurrying about on the surface, doing the rat race. Nature just goes, don't care about you guys. I'll just move a few tectonic plates and wipe out thousands and thousands of you in the blink of an eye. This is what nature does. But he went up there with a 5-man team himself as well. He's a very experienced diver. He goes under the water as well. And they have this super sonar equipment, which is not available to your average, Bobby on the beat. Or your riverside cop, It's the state-of-the-art equipment, and that's what they bring to use in lots of other river sort of mysteries, finding bodies. He's worked on cases where they found victims of serial killers. So his evidence and his work has actually helped the police innumerable times. So he's a known expert in this. Again, begging the question, why did Lancashire Police knock him back? Odd. So, he arrives. on the Sunday, he does a reconnoitre by plane of the river. Oh, I say plane, it might have been a helicopter, but it was an airborne reconnoitre. Just to get the lie of the river, the way it meanders and moves. Just to get a basic, right, we're going to concentrate here. Let's see where bodies could drift to. Let's see how the stream, because it's a stream in some places, a river in other places. That's how diverse this River Wyre actually is. Get a feel for it. And then on Monday morning, they went straight in. We're now on Thursday. This is Thursday the 9th of February. Tomorrow will mark 2 weeks exactly since she went missing. So we go out there on Monday morning, but they're given only areas to search by Lancashire Police. Peter Folding said in his first interview, we could do that entire river in a day. I did dispute that. I thought, well, you sure about that? I'm no expert, but I thought, well, okay. But on Monday, he said, well, we'll be here till the end of the week. That's what he said. We'll be here till the end of the week. And we'll check all of the river. They worked from Monday, Tuesday, yesterday, Wednesday. And nothing. Found nothing. Not a shred. Not one bit of evidence. Nothing at all. He said from the word go, before he even got there, I don't think she's in the river. My gut feeling, which he's maintained throughout the 3-day search that he's conducted with his team, with the best equipment in the world, my gut feeling is she's not in the water and there's a third party involved. He said that. He's got over 20 years of experience with this sort of thing. And the police have listened to him and used him in other constabularies with great results. She's not in the water, there's a third party involved. He has said this. He's only searched the areas that Lancashire Police said to search. And he packed up and he went yesterday evening. Him and his team have gone now. They've done their job. What have Lancashire Police now said? Oh, well, we still believe she's in the water, that she fell in the river. And we're now going to search all the way down to the estuary, to the Irish Sea. What, with your divers who are going to take weeks and weeks to cover all those extra miles of river, when you couldn't find anything in over a week before you called this guy in? Well, you didn't call a guy in. The police did not call him in. The police had to accept because he was now all over the media. Shit, better bring him in. Now, he was doing this free of charge as well, by the way. Free of charge. Now, we're going to think, so he's now gone with the best equipment in the world and the best team in the world, and they're going to carry on for a much longer stretch of water. Why don't you keep him here or there to search alongside you with that equipment? Why are you letting him go? Why are you letting him go? I'm going to ask you again. Why, Lancashire Police, are you letting him go? He's better than you. He knows what to do. You've got great divers. Peter Folding was great about praising the police divers. And they are. Of course, they're very highly trained. They're specialists in that field of operations. Of course they are. But they haven't got the gear that he's got. And his guys are great divers too. So, in this particular case, you want as many people with expertise to be there if that's where you truly believe she is. So, he's now gone, and Lancashire Police are now going to resume their investigation and search of the river. Forever, seemingly. But they have said, and this is at the urging of the family, because the family and friends are really prevalent in front of TV cameras and the media, saying, they've said all along, we don't think she's in the river. We don't think that. There's many more avenues to explore, which we're going to cover. There's many more areas to cover here. And, there's no evidence at all that she's fallen in the sea, in the river. They've also been at pains to say, well, we're so praiseworthy of the work that the police have done. The police have saturated the area and they've done loads of press conferences, and you know they're seemingly focused, and they, you know, we're doing everything we can, but they're still adamant that she's in the water and there's no third party, there's no crime that's happened. Right, okay, let's analyse this a little bit further. As everybody has said, and including watching interviews today, just before doing this video, with all the people in the know, journos and other people, reporters who were up there, even if it wasn't initially supposed to be a crime scene, what did the Lancashire Police allow to happen in almost 2 weeks? People to arrive and walk up and down the scene where she's supposed to be last. The last point that she was known to be at is that bench. I personally dispute that. I don't think she was ever at that bench myself. But and the things were it was just too neat. It's just too neat. But that's the focal point. The bench was there. It wasn't closed off. There's no white tent erected. There was no CSI people in, you know, all the big combat white smocks and all that. None of that. But hundreds, possibly thousands of people have descended on the area to help search. People from the village, people from nearby areas, and people have travelled far and wide to get there to help out. Yeah, we'll come on to that as well. Do remind me, because I'll go off on tangents, as you know, a bit like the River Wyre. Now, so they've destroyed any evidence. If it now comes out that, oh my God, she's not in the water at all, now even Lancashire Police have got to confirm that. They've wasted 2 weeks destroying all evidence on the towpath and the riverside, destroying it by allowing people to be there. How much would it have hurt to have cordoned off that area? I'm not talking 15 miles down to the estuary. I'm not talking that. You're not going to do that, are you? But you could have cordoned off a good length of that area. It's come out now that Sally Riley, in her infinite lack of wisdom, has we've issued dispersal orders for people who are descending here. The mayor, or I think it's an MP from St Michael's on Wyre, I said, it's ghoulish. People are taking selfies on the bench. I agree. That is ghoulish. You left the bench there. You left the bench there. It's on TV broadcast. It's there. They're standing by it. The reporter's standing by the bench. You're showing people where the bench is. People are coming in. They're going to sit on the bench. The police could have taken the bench away. They could have sealed the area off. If this now turns out to be a criminal investigation, the police have ruined all the evidence in that stretch. In an era now where the police are being looked at with a fine-tooth comb, where so many of their ranks are rapists and paedophiles, and many of them in the firearms squad as well. Jesus, don't go pointing fingers at me, folks, saying, oh, you're anti-police. I'm not at all. We all may need the police at some point. And I believe we need a police force. However, I have a lot of mistrust about the current police forces we have in operation. It's not my just, you know, oh, you're anti-police. It's true. It's true. And it's a job that I do, which I know about the police. I won't say, but I know the type of people who are out there who have that job, wear the policeman's uniform, police officer's uniform, and many of them should not be in that uniform. Many more, the vast majority are great. They are. But, you know, even if only one of them is bad and hurts people, it's not good, is it? It's not good. So you've got the Met now saying that we've got to root this out. You know, David Carrick, you know, serial rapist, known as the rapist by his own compadres in the firearms unit, and had been known as that for years and years. He's been doing it for years. And it's been covered up by his own people, the people he works with, and his own admin officers and line managers and supervisors. They've covered it all up. So, Lancashire Police have potentially destroyed a huge crime scene. The one area where she's not gone out by any other means from that area, as all the CCTV cameras which were working have clearly shown. But the one area she could have gone by has a camera, or been taken by, has a camera which wasn't working at the time. The police refused the help of an expert who knows his stuff, and then they bring him in, but they only give him a certain amount of area to cover. And then, we're going to cover the next 15 miles ourselves. You've done your bit, thanks very much, but, ta-ra, ta-ra. We knew you wouldn't find anything there, because we know there's nothing there. Diverting attention on the river. Destroying evidence on the riverbank and the towpath. See these breadcrumbs and dots, and the fact that the police are not held in much high esteem by anybody at the moment. You can't trust them, seemingly. Think of what I'm not actually saying. And I'm not saying it because I don't know it. But there's certainly in my mind a wee suspicion about something. Oh, can we afford another controversial case where one of the boys in blue is implicated? So let's destroy the evidence and just try to concentrate on this area so we take the attention off somewhere else, somebody else. I don't know. But in the absence, let's use the oft-used term by the former Scotland Yard detective Peter Blexley, who's been highly condemning of Lancashire Police and their methods, and of course Peter. There's a lot of Peters involved in this. Peter Folding from SGI. There's a void of evidence, and if you have a void of evidence, it can seem like you're potentially hiding things, or you're allowing speculation. Oh, here we go again. Speculation. Right, let's get into this. Oh dear, you armchair detectives, we've got a culture of people watching true crime documentaries and watching fictional crime dramas on TV. And now everyone watches and thinks that they're in the head shed, that they're working it all out with the detectives. They're out investigating. They're the Agatha Christie style dramas with evidence presented to you, and the viewer is asked to try and piece it all together. It's riveting stuff. Of course it is. It's riveting. But you shouldn't be doing that now. But you haven't given us anything to go on. You've just said, no one believes she's in the water. Why are we still even thinking about that? And folks, if she turns up in the water, I'll be the first to go, okay. And I will. But like many other people, my gut feeling is she's not, and she never was. She's gone out of that upper field, I think. And I'm having deep suspicions about maybe who took her. Again, saying nothing, folks, saying nothing. Make up your own minds. Oh, but you're not allowed to do that. You can't have your own speculation, your own hypothesis. You can't do that now. No, stop that. It's naughty. Stop speculating. You make a mess. So, the MP has said, from the area, and Sally Riley, stop coming up here. There have been incidents. A bunch of lads from Liverpool went up there and apparently booted a door down and got into an empty property. I'm not condoning that. I'm not. The term that the police have used is like, don't take the law into your own hands. Vigilanteism. Well, there's no one to go hunting, so They're not vigilantes, are they? They're trying in a misguided way to try and help, because you guys clearly are giving nothing back to make the general population feel reassured by what you're doing. Your operational standards have been questionable. But yeah, so don't descend on the area. Well, the thing is, with your void of evidence, you created this field of people just going, well, we need to know. It's all over TV. So, we're meant to just ignore it. Thousands and thousands are dead in Turkey and Syria. But you're going to ask us to start with the cost of living crisis, energy crisis. Everything's going up, but our wages aren't. We can't afford to keep heating on and to put food on the table. So now, the British people are best at supplying charity. We are, of course we are. You want us now to give what little money we've got left to another country, but you want us to be involved in that and to go and help and give all sorts of things, to help them. Fine, but to help in a missing persons case, we can't. Oh, are you seeing, folks, the double standards here? And another double standard is this, again, about crime dramas on TV. Oh, but we're all armchair sleuths and detectives now. People are getting up off their armchairs and actually being the detective now because of this void and because people want to help. Yes, it's wrong. It is wrong because you're getting in the way. It is wrong. But I understand why. But the same people who are knocking this, who are in the media, are the same people that spent not 1, but 2 fucking days this week talking about the finale of the Happy Valleys crime drama on BBC. Spent 2 entire days when they weren't talking about Nikki Bulley, they were talking about this fictional crime drama with criminologists and psychologists and ex-detectives sitting there as well discussing it. And now, have we created this, by watching crime dramas? You fucking promoted it. All these other media shows promoted this exact thing this week whilst this case is ongoing. You've actually created it. And now you're condemning people for, they're watching too many crime dramas and this is the culture now. You fucking promoted it. Folks, I find this whole thing mystifying and abhorrent as well. Utterly abhorrent. I think the police have badly bungled this so far. They may yet come up with the goods if it transpires that they were focusing all attention on the river to try and keep a certain somebody in the dark as to what they're really doing. And I've said this before, I've said this right from the word-go, in fact. And they're going to close the net on that person and bring her out safely and arrest somebody. Or let's just say bring her back safely. Then brilliant. And I will salute. If that's been the plan all along, if it has, I doubt it. They've given us nothing to believe that they have any idea what the hell they're doing. That Sally Riley, if I have to watch another one of your press conferences, I want you to be on a lie detector as well when you're doing it. Yeah, let's see how you fare then. You let go, you release the one guy who's better than all of you at doing the very job that you're now trying to do by searching a river. You let him go. And you're going to search much further, another 15 miles of river. Keep him. Honest to God, Lancashire Police, don't call him. God, you're in trouble. Don't call them. Folks, I can get very animated, very emotional. And, what's wrong with that? I don't know Nikki Bulley. I don't know her partner. I don't know the family and friends, although I've seen them on TV and I've seen the river in question and I've been to the area, I've been there. And but because of this ongoing mystery, I feel involved to a degree because of this. But I'm thinking about it a lot. when I go to the pub, I'm talking about it. Well, everyone's talking about it. God, can you imagine being in their local boozer? Bloody hell, you know. It won't be pleasant. It won't be pleasant. And I'm going to do what the police have said as well. They don't go up there. Don't, because there are the ghouls as well. There's the people that want to help, but there's also people who've taken selfies on the bench and all that. And I do not agree with that. But again, if the police left the bench there and kept showing it on TV broadcast, this is the last known location. What did you think was going to happen? Well, I'll tell you, you knew exactly what was going to happen. I'm putting it out there right now. They knew that this media circus and this ghoulish frenzy of armchair detectives was going to descend upon the area. They knew that. You couldn't be that stupid and naive, having been in the police, you know, and worked on missing persons cases all this time, to not know that that would happen. Oh no, they're at fault. They're at fault completely. I'm not buying this at all now. I'm not. Was there anything else I was going to mention here? Did I mention the blind spot that their friends have spoken about on Garstang Road towards St Michael's? There is a blind spot there. I presume this is the area going through where the camera wasn't working. So you go onto a road there, Garstang Road. So if you've gone out there, the friend appealed to the police to appeal to people who may have been driving along that road during that morning with dash cam footage. So honestly, anyone who was there, I'd urge to come forward. You might have something there which you don't even, it's just a speck, but they might know what that is. That's Nikki, you know. You don't know. It could help. But what's going to come of this now? I can tell you that, you know, being a follower of David Paulides and the missing 411 phenomenon, which this fits into, by the way, this fits into it. And I'm surprised he hasn't got onto it yet, but he will do. Well, unless, of course, he's found. But when you listen to the cases he describes, in America, in national parks, these searches don't go on for that long. 8 days, 10 days, maybe 15. Well, it's going to be 14 days tomorrow. Well, it's 2 weeks tomorrow. But they're going to search now all the way down to the estuary. That's going to take them days. They're not using the super sonar. They're just using divers and whatever equipment they've got. So that's going to take them days to that. They have said they've widened the search now to the towpath. And there is, I knew there was more, that right by that bench, well, 10 feet away, just behind the bench, you've got a kissing gate. A kissing gate is like, you go into it like a sort of carousel, you push the gate open, and then you go round it, and then the gate comes and shuts itself. Locks, little latch comes down. Kissing gate. And so you can get through that. But the dog was found between the gate and that, well, in that area there. And they said, well, that's why the dog was probably still there, couldn't get through the gate. Folks, that towpath, when you go down through the kissing gate, the towpath goes down. It's tree lined. Don't go thinking forest. It's not like that. It's tree lined. It's just sparse trees and arboreal stuff. And then you've got fields all that way, and the river this side. The towpath is raised. It's a raised path. It's a track. It's raised. The camera swung round on this report and showed us down the other way. And there's a little power box, power station thing, generator, whatever you call these things, which the reporter said, oh, someone has punched through the door. What is it? Fucking Terminator. And but the police have said, oh, we're hoping it wasn't one of us that did it. Or rather, we don't think it was one of us that did it. Is that what you do? You train your officers to punch through doors now as well. No, someone else has done that, obviously. But she's not in there. You know, so don't go thinking that. But this towpath is raised, and there's fields river, fields either side. But they said the dog couldn't have got through there because this kissing gate was shut. The thing is, the field's right there. Okay, there's a path with trees either side, and they can't get through the gate. There's no fence. The dog could run down into the field. Anyone could go down into the field, just down the other side of the towpath into the field. There's no barrier. There's nothing there to stop you. You know what I mean? So this whole thing, well, this is the area. They're standing right by a speck where you can go straight into the fields or straight in the river. Done that the other way around there, but fields, river, Oh, folks. There's just so much mystery, genuine mystery, and suspicion. Now, my suspicions are not with some random person now. My suspicions are directed at a certain institution, which does not appear to be doing the job correctly. And I have to ask myself, why would they not be doing the job correctly? Are they trying to hide something? Are they trying to cover something up? I don't know. I have now ventured horribly. I've leapt into the field of pure speculation and conjecture. Yeah, I'm there, and I'm lost without a map. Give us something else to go on. As Peter Blexley, Scotland Yard, said, even during the first week, middle of the first week, Lancashire Police should have said what their evidence was to make them totally firmly, committedly believe that she'd gone in the river and there was no third party involved. They should have been saying that, but they haven't. They've given nothing away, nothing. And there's zero evidence that she went in the river. Zero. Strong swimmer as well. I know. Frustrating, isn't it? And it's chewing up a lot of my channel. My channel is not about this sort of stuff. It's about The Thing. It's about movies. It's about just movies, music, masks, mayhem. It's not about missing people. But as I said, I can't let this go. I can't let this go. And I know you guys feel the same way. Well, why? You're all feeling this. There's something very odd about this, which has gripped not just this nation, but elsewhere. I really hope there's a happy conclusion to this. Can you honestly see that happening? Can you? Oh, I don't want to be the doom and gloom. I don't. I don't want to be damning of any police force. But in the absence of anything positive that you've done, what have you left us with? Nothing. And if you have wasted valuable time, and this is what the other experts were saying even this morning, they've wasted so much time. And then it gets found that she was actually elsewhere. And that golden opportunity, that golden moment of getting all the clues at the potential crime scene, and you didn't, you destroyed it all. They're not idiots. They would have known that. Unless they totally didn't believe that there was a crime taking place. But even then, they would have known what would have happened. People would have arrived there. And there's still been, get clues. You've got to have forensics as well. You've got to have something, to back everything up. So they'd have known the whole place would be ruined and trampled on. They'd have known that. Did they want that to happen? And then they can turn and say, well, we lost evidence because people just descended. It's down to these ghoulish armchair detectives. No, it's down to you. The buck stops with you. Lancashire Police, buck stops with you. So, I hope to be proven wrong. I hope. And I will be sitting here going, oh my God, yeah, I totally got it wrong. But I've got it wrong because of how they've handled it. Purely. But if they get proved to be the heroes here, I will stand up, applaud. I will be saluting and I will big them up. I will. And I'll, redact all my stuff that I've said. But if you get found out to be wrong, and if you've left that woman suffer, and you've been misdirecting people, I will not let that go. I will not let that go. Folks, I have been, always shall be, Kilt-Man. Please, in the meantime, in this ever perplexing, in between time. Please keep it Celtic, keep it Celtic. And I am going to see you all laters. And for regular old school viewers, we've got a watch party coming up this weekend for John Carpenter's The Fog. And if you're lucky, as a little extra, I might throw in Stallone and Kurt Russell, Super Sly and King Kurt in Tango and Cash as a watch party as well. Plus, some reviews and some other stuff. Yeah, I know I'm human. And I'm wearing a kilt. Right. Keep a prayer in your hearts for Nikki Bulley. Hashtag bring Nikki back. Let's hope something comes of this. Something comes of this. Positive closure, at least. Take care, folks. Watch your step.